welcome to Coffee and Tequila, a morning pop culture podcast hosted by myself, Alastair Patton-Garcia, and
Zachary Patton-Garcia.
And so this weekend...
Welcome to Monday morning, everybody.
Oh,
it's
it is
Monday
Monday
morning. Let's address people first.
Yes. Oh, okay. It is Monday morning, so it's Monday. However, also...
What?
4th of July this weekend, so 3-day weekend.
This coming weekend, yeah.
So
interesting. So is this a 3-day week for you?
It's a I have tomorrow off because we won that thing.
I know, but Tuesday through Friday you're working? Are you working
Tuesday
Friday?
through Thursday because I'm getting Friday off too.
Okay. Yeah, so
it's actually pretty
three
good.
days. Look at you.
3-day week for me.
Ooh.
So I don't know. You get me for 2 whole days.
Ooh, what are we going to do? All the hanky-pankies.
Yes. We're going to go wild and clean the garage.
Exactly. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I hope everybody had a good weekend. Our first Pride was this weekend, this past weekend.
It was. So we've been together for over 5 years now. And this weekend was the first Pride for both of us.
Yeah.
That we went to. And we went to go visit some friends up in Tulsa and stay with them and go to Pride, and we were very excited about it. And I think maybe we did Pride wrong. I don't know.
Okay, so I do think so. So yeah, we've been together about 5 years, and we've always, when we met, I'd never been to Pride, and I don't think you'd ever been to Pride, and so we wanted to do Pride together for the first time. And then year after year, it just seemed like everything. I mean, there's Pride's like all year long, but we were looking at the ones that were like around us, and so year after year we were like, oh, we're gonna do it this year. We get all amped up and stuff, or he would get deployed or get sent to. You got sent to Germany one time or something like that, or I don't know, just other shit would happen, and so we never got to do it. And then this year is finally we made it happen. We were gonna do either OKC or Tulsa, and we decided to do Tulsa because we have a couple friends over there, Orton and Breyer. We went and stayed with them, just like you said, and
it was a great weekend.
It was a great weekend.
It wasn't.
When we first got to like the Pride site, I guess you had to get a wristband. You still have your wristband, yeah. So you have to get a wristband, and then you go in, and there's all these tents.
If you're over 21,
yeah, there's all these tents lined up on this road, and we were going like to every tent and stuff like that, and it just seemed like it was just a business after a business, but not like any like I didn't see any food, I didn't see any like.
It wasn't like food trucks. It was like Banks and Truly. And it seemed there
was like a bike.
It seemed a lot like a college career fair. More than
that's what it was.
Than what I would expect.
It felt like a Pride career fair is what it looked like, and it felt like. But then, so like that was a little disappointing. And then we left that area, and we came back a little bit later, and it was kind of the same thing. But then
but they trapped all the LGBT+.
They trapped all the gays
in one place. We couldn't leave. We were trying to leave separate areas, and I kept on thinking of The Purge. Oh gosh,
there was one entrance and one exit, and so because we kept trying to like go to different spots, and we were like, well, we can't get out here. Or this part's blocked. Oh, this street's blocked. And it was like they were trying to just gather everybody.
It was crazy, everybody. And you'd see people trying to go through the fences, get out. And
there were a
like
couple
that.
spots in the fences we just like crawled through, but it was. So yeah, it just felt like kind of a career fair, but then, and I kind of wish we would have stuck around a little bit longer, or like I don't know what we would have done different, but because I looked up like Tulsa Pride on like Instagram and like Twitter and stuff like that, and people seem to have been having a really good time. Apparently, like Big Frida was there, which I didn't fucking know about. I would have been all over that shit.
Well, yeah, that's why I think that we experienced maybe a different side of Pride. We came up to the parade while Walmart was going through the parade, and people were going crazy about it.
Oh, people went nuts over the damn Walmart part
and
the parade.
I don't know. At that point, I just wanted to go different places, and I wanted to go to. Like,
I was ready to be out and like dancing and like having fun and
just being like proud, really. And what was cool, I think, is that the bars, no matter, it wasn't even gay bars, it was like straight bars too, were just like super embracing it, you know?
Yeah.
They had themed drinks. They put up like decorations and stuff like that. But and it that was really cool. I think everybody like was very much embracing of Pride.
I had a great time overall, and then what I think of it, because I don't know what I thought Pride was supposed to be like, or what I was expecting us to do. I figured it was like going to be bar hopping. I figured we would end up bar hopping at some point. But I think next time what I want to do is I really want to go to a New York Pride. I really want to go to New York Pride, but I would like to take like a I don't know, like a Pride tour or something where they take you to like historical sites and like Stonewall and stuff like that.
do that.
They do
coming from Stonewall.
Well, so Patrick Hines from True Crime Obsessed, he does that sometimes.
And I bet Ian could hook us up because he used to work at the Stonewall.
So I would like to take like a tour of like the historical like LGBTQ like sites and like learn more about history and like actually see it there. Because I mean, it's one thing like watching a video, watching a documentary, reading about it. It's another thing to like be in these spaces. And I kind of wish maybe we would have looked at something like that for Tulsa and seen what to do. Thing is, it was our
like
first
gay
Pride.
culture in Tulsa. Yeah, it was our first Pride, and it almost felt kind of like stapled together a little bit.
Yeah.
So it was cool. I'm not gonna say it wasn't. It was cool to see everybody out there and being like, "This is like supposed to be a gay thing." And I really enjoyed that. However,
are we at howevers?
Yes, we're at howevers. I think that, and it's my experience is my own, and I think maybe if I was like on the other side of Tulsa Pride, it would have been different. But I think this was the most straight experience of my life.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I would agree with that.
Well, you can't disagree with how I felt about it.
It's your experience, man. Yes. It's your experience.
And it felt very straight. And not in a bad way. Like, I like hanging out with straight people in straight spaces. This was just like...
If you're going to say it, say it.
No, it just felt like it just felt like a lot of straight people really enjoying Pride.
There were
where were the gays?
Yeah, there were a lot of straight people out.
I felt like we were the gays. I felt like
I didn't see a bunch of gays out. I mean, and obviously, like it's Pride. There's all the queer people are there. Like I could see them and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like I always pictured. I don't know. I guess they didn't have the whole. I don't know, bondage at Pride. Debacle
you
here in
discussion,
Tulsa.
You see the discussion on.
I expected to see a bunch of people like that, and I didn't see any of that.
Well, you see the discussion on Twitter about like kink at Pride and stuff. So I was expecting to see kink at Pride. I was almost like looking forward to it.
I think what I was more looking forward to, not just like specifically going down to like kink at Pride or something like that, but all of this sort of discourse that you see online or that you see about what is acceptable at Pride and what's not acceptable. And like, I was expecting to see that play out in like real time for me and see all of these people like sort of expressing themselves with like these different things. I cannot tell. Target must have had their best year of Pride sales this year because everybody had the fucking Target Pride shirts.
Everybody's wearing a Target shirt.
Yeah, I didn't see a whole lot of like that.
You wore a Target shirt.
I sure as hell did, and it was a good shirt too.
It was
Don't
a good
regret
shirt.
it. But what I'm saying is like I didn't see that sort of discourse playing out like I thought it was going to in person.
Yeah.
So I wonder in other cities what it's kind of like. Like everybody here was pretty tame. Everybody was like dressed pretty tame, and you didn't really see a whole lot of.
I don't know. I would say I wouldn't see. I didn't see a lot of diversity, both like with people.
I think
and
diversity in expression
in the community. Yeah, diversity in expression.
Yeah, I think so.
And I was looking forward to seeing that. I was looking forward to meeting people who are different from myself.
Yeah.
And different from people who I normally know. And I think that we obviously missed the mark on that. But it was a good... besides our expectations...
It was a fantastic...
It was a great night. It was a great night.
Yeah.
It was
I don't want to
raining. It was like rain on me. Kind of
I also though, but the thing is, like, it did rain a whole bunch, and so I did.
And nobody played one Lady Gaga song.
Expected like somebody, like
nobody
people to
did
be singing "Rain on Me" or something, and us to get just shit faced and dance out in the rain. And I don't know. I kind of wanted that like let your hair down craziness,
I know. I did too.
It seemed like when our group was doing that, nobody else was really doing that.
Yeah,
like nobody else. Like, and as soon as like it went dark, I don't know. It seemed like. It was a lot more tame than I thought it was going to be. And I don't want to hark on all like the negative, because I don't really even think any of this is negative. It's just your expectation versus reality it was just different. And so now I know going into whatever Pride we're going to do next, because I really did love seeing so many queer people in one space. That's what I crave. So I loved seeing that, loved meeting so many queer people. And I think now I just know for next Pride kind of what I would want to do. I really want to do like a historical tour or something like that.
No, I agree. Which I also don't want to say that like there aren't other places where you have like historical like LGBTQ plus IA stuff that happens. Who knows? Maybe Lawton is like a secret like historically gay thing. Maybe. I'm sure there's some like gay history here.
Oh, 100%. There has to be. There has to be.
There's gay history everywhere.
I think the gay history in New Orleans would be really interesting to go and like check out.
Ghosts. Yeah. Gay ghosts. Where's the gay ghost tour?
I'm not talking about a gay ghost tour. I don't know. It was a really fun experience though, and I'm like really happy that we did it. And we I don't know. I'm not a super flashy dresser anyway, so I thought I was dressed pretty flashy. I had like a tie-dye button-up from Target. That's about as flashy as I got. But it was cool. Like I felt
good.
I felt prideful.
Yeah.
I felt prideful, and I felt proud to be a gay man with my husband there and
be open, be kissing.
And not worry. I didn't worry 1 second about anybody around me looking at anything or looking at me weird or anything like that.
No, I did really like that freedom. It felt like we were in certain streets in Austin, like one or two streets in Austin where we feel comfortable doing that, and certain areas of New York where we've done that, because for the most part, you and I are very like, I want to say we're anti-PDA, but we just don't do PDA, and I think that a lot of gay people are like that in public.
I think the way I sort of grew up is also like, I think how people grow up sometimes also plays a part in that. Like I don't like PDA just because we didn't sort of express that as a family anyway. Like I never really saw my parents ever like do PDA or anything. I never saw grandparents doing that. Like it wasn't really a thing. And so I know I've carried that into my adult life where I'm kind of just like uncomfortable with PDA anyway, but also, I mean, I'm not going to lie, we live in Oklahoma, we've lived in Texas, and I haven't gotten over the looking around me if I'm going to, like, hold your hand or, like, I still feel that.
I don't think you should get over it right now. But
I would like to one day.
You and I travel in places, I think that it's definitely safe. It's safer for us to do that stuff.
Yeah.
And when I say PDA, I don't just mean, like, physical PDA, like I mean verbal PDA.
Yeah.
I mean body language, like
I don't mind saying I love you or anything in public.
Well, yeah, but I'm not gonna say it, like I'm not gonna say
You're not gonna
things
say
loud.
You love me in public?
I'm not gonna
son of a bitch.
I am. I am. But like
you don't sound so confident about that.
Well, it's like that. It's body language. It's stuff like that where you just have to like be sometimes a little bit more careful.
No, I understand what you're saying. I do understand. It's a whole different experience like when you're in a place like this. So
you don't want to get murdered, which leads us into...
I'd like to not get murdered.
Our review.
Is this how we're transitioning?
I don't know. I just thought of murder.
That's weird, man. That was
weird. That was weird.
We tonight started Mare of Easttown.
Yes, we watched the first 3 episodes.
Yeah,
we were only supposed to watch one.
We were like, okay, we're only gonna do one.
And then we started like, because I don't have work today. Today's Monday.
Yeah.
Very much. I have to go in for just one thing, but for the most part, I have off, and we really talked about just watching all 7 in a row.
We were like, we did the math on it. We're like, what time would it be if we watched all of it, and then we could cover the whole thing for that morning? And then we were like 5:30.
Then we were like, we can cover 1 a day, and then we're like, we can cover 2 a day.
I think we probably could have made it to 5:30 though. But so what we're gonna do, because I absolutely love this show, I'm fucking in love with it. Like from the first episode, all about it. And so what we're going to do is first 3 episodes we're covering right now. Spoiler alert. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Mare of Easttown. So we're going to cover...
Up till episode 3.
The first 3 episodes for this Monday episode. Tuesday we're going to do episode 4 and so on until the end of the week, because there's only 7 episodes, right? 7 episodes. So by the end of this week, we'll have covered the whole season.
And please do not leave any spoilers.
No spoilers in the comments. No spoilers in the comments. You can get us hyped up sometimes.
If you want to, you can do spoilers. Space. Space.
Do spoiler alert.
Space.
Do spoiler alerts and stuff.
One more space and then an extra space for love, and then just say that, and then we can go back to it.
Well, yeah. So kind of keep it along the lines of like where we are kind of in the episodes. Just discuss the episodes with us if that's where you can do.
Yeah.
Because, let's go ahead and get into it. I knew I was going to like this show because I'd seen the trailer. I didn't really know anybody else that was in it except for Kate Winslet. I didn't know much about the storyline or anything. I just knew it was very like True Detective-esque. And so I knew I was going to like it. I
thought she was the mayor of Easttown.
Mayor.
I thought it was I thought that was a play on words or something. I thought she was the mayor.
Well, I knew I was gonna like it, and so I was like, okay, well, I definitely want to watch it. But like while it was coming out, because everybody was watching it week to week, right? It was a week to week thing, and I was like, but I'm just like not in the headspace for something like this right now.
We weren't in the mood for it.
Yeah,
at the time.
I do have to be in the mood for something.
Yeah.
And I was not in the headspace for that. We were more into Big Bang Theory at that time. And so...
Which we still are.
It's I know.
Different vibes.
But, so we turned it on tonight. We kind of both just looked at each other. We hadn't really planned it. We were like, I don't know. You want to put this on? We were going to do Love Victor. Not really in the mood for Love Victor right now.
We're putting off Love Victor so much.
So
I am so sorry.
A couple of y'all are really excited to hear Love Victor talk, but we will get to it. We will get to it.
We do need to do that because we need more gay shows. So we need to support Love Victor even if... we don't like it, which I did like the first episode. Okay.
So, there's a gay in this one. There's a lesbian.
Yes, her daughter, whose
Siobhan.
name I love her name, Siobhan.
So there was
but it's not spelt like that. It's like
way back
S-I-O.
when I was a kid, on American Idol, there was a contestant named Siobhan Magnus, and so every time I hear the name Siobhan, I always think of Siobhan.
Great
Magnus.
name.
Yeah, she
I
could do
actually
like
really
a
like
belt.
the name.
She could do a belt, man. Okay, but back to this show. So yeah, definitely knew I was gonna like it, and from episode 1, absolutely loved it. Let me tell you, they put Erin, the girl who gets murdered, they put her in there just enough to steal my heart.
I know.
The actress stole my heart. The character, how the character was written, it was all just like, and we could already sense that was going to be the girl who.
Yeah,
dies or goes
because
missing.
They're making you fall in love with her innocence. They're making you fall in love with like who she is as a person.
Yeah,
and it's just like it does break your heart. And I think that one thing that I'm really liking about the Mare of Easttown is that it's not just like a one flavor.
It's got okay. So it is really.
It feels real.
I'm glad they put the town's name in there because it is about the whole town. It's about the whole town. We've got a little bit of everybody in this town. It's got that small town feel of everybody knows everybody, and they really do a great job of painting that everybody knows everybody instead of saying everybody knows everybody. Like you really see everybody's interactions, and like when you think of two characters that like, oh, I couldn't see them interacting, but they end up interacting, like Tony and Katie's mother.
Because everybody's so connected, which is like what makes it so much more complicated for her to do her job. Because she knows everybody. She has relationships with all these people.
And you see that sort of compassion come through, but she also has to kind of keep it stone-faced because she's got to do a job. She's got to like kind of look past that. I think the show does a fantastic job of showing realism. The show feels very real. The characters all feel very real.
The sets are amazing.
The sets are like the people aren't in like these massive houses, they're kind of normal houses, and they're the houses that you would see in your neighborhood. And I really enjoy that because I always hate when they have a poor house, but it's huge. 3 stories, got an attic,
has a porch. And everything's like very well kept and stuff like that.
You know what I also really like about the show is that all of the characters feel gray instead of just like good or bad. They even Erin, the girl who's like the most innocent one in the show, from my perspective, she's even a gray character because she's, I don't know, she didn't seem like she made mistakes. They even show that she makes mistakes. Like even her reaching out back to her like baby daddy and saying, "Hey, I miss you going to your parents' attic or whatever." like that's just like something that's like normal. That's humanity. That if they wanted to, they could have painted her as like this Virgin Mary who's like, because they said that
super great.
Well, like
super
because
innocent.
they are painting her as like the quiet girl. She's the quiet girl. She kind of was nice and sweet and kept to herself and stuff like that. But at the same time, like she wasn't immune to like just the normal things. Like she had sexuality. She was like, she wanted to go out and find a new relationship. Like she wanted to be social, but like they could have had her like at a party with a book, that trope, something like that.
Glasses.
And I'm glad that they didn't do that because it paints her as more of a well-rounded character. And I think all of the characters in this have that grayness to them, especially Mare.
Well, and her father, not Mare's father, but Aaron's father. I really like that. When he's introduced, he is a bad person, and it's just like
I don't think he ever got any better. Not to me.
No. Yeah, but he's being a bad person. But just because he's a bad father or bad father at the time, doesn't mean that he's a murderer. Though he does try to murder somebody.
Well, we did talk about that.
I was still kind of on his side when he was doing all that stuff. I was like, yes, get it, because the other guy was a douche.
Well, we talked about that, and we were saying that just because you're guilty of one thing doesn't mean you're guilty of another thing. So he could have been a shitty dad. We could find out, because up to now we haven't found out that he has any connection to Aaron's murder. Although it was weird in episode 1 or episode 2 that he had come home in the morning and said that he was home all night, because he clearly wasn't home all night. So we haven't figured out if he has anything to do with Aaron's murder yet.
He was home all night.
No, he wasn't. He came home in the morning. There's a scene of him coming home in the morning. Yeah, I might be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I remember that.
I mean, we will find out.
Yeah. So he could have been a shitty dad and like been beating up on Aaron and stuff like that. We could even find out that he is, and I hope we're not going to get into this. I hope we're not going there, but I'm hoping that he's not Aaron's baby's father. I really hope they don't go with like an incest thing. Because, I mean, he could even, like, be guilty of that, but still not be guilty of Aaron's murder, Just like Brianna, whoever. The fucking chick Brianna, who, like, beat up Aaron. I can't fucking stand that girl.
But I still kind of felt for her when she was like, lawyer.
I didn't feel for her. No.
She's right.
That was my petty side coming out. I was like, I don't give a shit. Yeah, and then she said, she looked at me,
and then her father is following me around,
yeah,
and threw that gallon of milk in there.
It's just So she's like a shitty fucking person, but like, so she could be guilty of beating Aaron up and still not be guilty of murdering Aaron. So we have all that, and we're kind of like, I don't know who the fuck I think it is. I don't know who the fuck I think the murderer is.
Well, it keeps on changing. So right now I'm on that priest.
There's something really sketchy going on.
Oh, there. Yeah, the priest just threw away the bike.
The priest threw away the bike?
In our last episode, not the priest that's her cousin, but the other priest that they questioned. That
threw away the bike.
Threw away the bike.
What scene was that?
That was the last scene we watched. He threw it into the river.
Oh, my gosh. Maybe I wasn't looking at the screen.
Yes.
That's awful.
This isn't the screen you should be looking at, Zachary.
Okay.
I'm a cough. 1 second. Excuse me. Anyways, but
is that Delta virus, that Delta variant?
No, it's not. But one other show that kind of reminds me of this and the grayness of the characters, and I'd recommend it to anyone.
Yeah,
is The Morning Show.
I do like The Morning Show.
It's super great.
Reese Witherspoon.
I love it.
And
Reese Witherspoon, Allison Hannigan.
Hannigan, Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston.
These are Alastair's alternative facts, by the way. Anybody who knows him in real life knows that Alastair loves to spew Alastair's alternative facts. He will make up a fact
Jennifer Aniston
in his
Steve
mind
Carell.
And tell it to everybody, and will fight you on it, even if you tell him it's wrong.
And I was thinking about this while I was watching it, and if somebody wanted to read a book with these kinds of vibes, the Mare of Easttown vibes, I would pick up Beartown by Frederick Buckman.
He's been trying to get me to read this one.
So you would love it.
Yeah.
I still think that you would absolutely love it.
Maybe
and
I will.
It's about a small hockey town that is like on the verge of like almost collapse. It's on the verge of getting smaller, and there's crimes that are committed, and people are unsure whether they want to do the right thing or they want to do the right thing for the town. And it's very, very, very good. And people and all the characters are great.
I do enjoy a gray character much more than I enjoy anything else. So like Kate Winslet. Let's talk about Kate Winslet for a second. Amazing in the show as she is in everything else. Kate Winslet is one of my favorite actresses just ever because of how fucking great she is. And I love that she doesn't have like the classic like Hollywood vixen like look or anything like that. She looks like a woman who can blend into any role that she's gonna do. Like she has that face and that sort of physique that can change into what she needs to be. And so with this one,
who could be the most beautiful woman in the room and also be like the most average person in the store?
Yeah, Rose DeWitt, and then Mare here. Like she can do that. And so I love her, and I think she's doing a fantastic job in this. This is also though a role that I feel like is I can see as I've been watching it, I can see other actresses having played it too. I feel like there's a type of dramatic actress that, there's a kind of type of dramatic actress that Kate Winslet sort of falls into that category, and another person that I feel like falls into that category is Viola Davis. I feel like Viola Davis could have played this just as similarly.
Well, I even said while we were watching it, like this is a role that doesn't feel like it was made for a man or a woman. Like it was made for it feels like a really good like role where people can fit themselves into, and like it's just like I think they're doing an amazing job of building up her character, building up where she is. Like we find out that her son committed suicide, that she has her grandson because the mother is going through rehab and rehabilitating her own life, and she doesn't want the mother to have custody. And like all of these things are things I've even seen in my own life with my family.
Yeah,
I enjoy kids always make things super complicated. Like you want the kid to have the best time, but also like that's her mother, but also like she's raised the kid for 4 years, and it's like there's never gonna be a great answer to that.
Well, I mean, especially with that situation, is like we just watched in this third episode. There's a kind of conflict right now because her grandson's mother is now wanting custody. Is now wanting custody of her son, and I totally get it because that is her son. That is her kid. But I also get like Mayor being like, well, I've been raising him for all this time. He's been under my roof. Like, we're going to fight for him. And so I understand her fighting for him, but I also very much understand that a mother wants her son and a mother is trying to clean. So as of what we've seen, the mother is trying to clean her life up in order to get her kid back too, and just put a deposit down on an apartment and everything. And so like you have all these characters that are trying to do just what's the best for their own lives. But like, so Mayor also is divorced, and her ex-husband lives in a house like right fucking behind hers
because he got a good deal in the house.
Their backyards are
a little weird. I would say that's
sharing.
A little weird. Well, it would be fine if like their kid is a senior in high school.
Are you gonna share? Like, are you gonna get the house behind me and Tom Hardy's house?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I sneak in.
You sneak
and have an affair with you. But
we'll meet in the shed in the backyard.
No, but like I think that's like very odd for their situation, but also I also understand this very small town, and it seems like everybody is bumping like elbows with everybody else, and she's like trying to date that like one writer who wrote one book and then couldn't write any other books and stuff like that.
I'm not huge into that storyline. So her in like this romantic relationship with this writer, I'm not.
I like that it's there.
I don't think it's
but
needed.
I'm not invested in it.
I think we could take it out unless they're setting something up between him and Aaron, maybe.
No. So if you need to take it out, yeah, sure. But like, I like it there, because it felt real to me that she's going on dates and stuff like that.
I don't think so. I would see her not really doing anything like that. I just think I think whenever those scenes come on, it always kind of drags the pace of the episode down for me. But that's just that's just personal for me. But like I really enjoy how great her character is because she is out doing the right thing, but also like
and her family dynamic.
So one scene that I really enjoyed is one of these there was an addiction storyline in the first episode. This sister calls her to go and arrest her brother.
Oh, yeah.
Because her brother had like stolen a bunch of stuff from her house. And the brother is, what was his name? Freddie? It's Freddie, not Frank, right? Frank is the ex-husband.
Frank is the ex-husband.
Okay, so Freddie. And he is an addict and has lost his family over his addiction. He's like, stealing from his sister now, who seems to be one of the only people in his life. And like
the gas company cut off his stuff.
And I found out apparently that's illegal. You can't cut off your heat.
In certain areas.
In certain areas at certain times of the year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it was really, I like seeing them kind of tackle an addiction storyline like this in a much more realistic way. And like just from the little bit that we saw, we even see how much his addiction is like ravaging his entire life and the lives of those around him. Like addiction is really it is a killer for not only yourself, but for all of those people that you love. And so I liked them showing that. I wish those characters were in it more, because they were at episode 3 now, and like they kind of disappeared after the first one, right?
They did disappear after the first one.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to whether they're going to get back, but I definitely felt the exhaustion that was on the sister's face. Like she was exhausted by it. She was like, I almost want him to be dead.
When she said that, I was like, and I fucking get it, man.
And I was like, that's such a horrible thing to say, but like,
like he's like almost even gone himself. Like he's not even himself anymore. And so that's one of the cases she's kind of like handling, even though it's not really a case.
Well, she's handling everybody's shit,
and it's no one. So she also is doing she's trying to tackle this case of like Katie, a missing girl, and she's getting a lot of pressure from Katie's mother to do that. And she was I guess she had gone to high school with Katie's mother and like a bunch of other women
who has cancer, who also works at the gas station, where like she defended her from Tony.
I know,
and it was like it's like and then Katie is I don't even think every time that she says it, Katie's like, I'm not giving you pressure about it. I'm not even on you about it. I just want my daughter found.
She's sitting there and she's like, it's not about you, Mare. It's not about you. And Mare's like really pissed that like she's going and doing these press conferences because it's making her look really bad. But like I also understand why Mare is, and it's not right. It's not right, but I also understand why Mare is having such trouble focusing on certain cases, because everybody seems to be calling her about things that are not
related
to it's not what she should be handling. She even tells people, hey, you need to call this station. You don't call me for this. I have a bunch of other things I need to be doing.
But she still goes
out there
and does it.
Betty's titties on the shed in the backyard of that old lady's house. It's not her.
And she
it's not her fucking problem, man. Yeah.
But like I don't know. It's like she's been going through a lot, and in this latest episode,
she planted 2 bags of drugs on her
and I was like, take off the stamps.
Her grandson's mother's in her mother's house or whatever, and then she just got caught,
and her badge got taken away.
Her gun got taken away,
and she's not allowed to be involved with the case. And
everybody
who's seen a thriller, a police thriller, knows that this is when the shit gets good.
Well, because we know
whenever you take the badge away, that's when they're gonna find them.
She's staying on that case. We're gonna see the corkboard with the red string. We're about to get there. Has anybody ever seen Homeland? I always think of Carrie Madison.
You take them off the payroll, they do the work.
Oh, they get it. But like I think it's interesting showing that she's not this, like they've even mentioned hero detective a couple times in this, and she's not though. And I think I like how they're portraying her as like a deeply flawed person who just did something incredibly fucked up, planting drugs on an addict who is already in recovery and really trying to straighten up her own life just because you are trying to win over custody or something like that. Incredibly fucked up. That is shit behavior.
But I also really like what the chief said, where he said like,
worth saving. She's worth saving.
So he's not taking it. He is thinking through like what he's trying to do, and I really like that. And I think that's a really healthy way to approach a lot of problems.
Yeah,
is to like really think about it. But What do we think? I think Mephisto might be in it.
I think Mephisto all along, or Agatha, one of those two.
Yeah. Yeah. You saw Quicksilver?
We do have. I feel like we should. I don't know. We needed to cover this for over 1 week, so we'll be able to like kind of tackle episodes in more detail going forward. This is when it's just kind of a little jam packed because of all three. But like, so we have a couple different suspects here. For some reason, fucking Evan Peters. When he showed up on screen, I was like, Lord,
he's the murderer.
Evan Peters. Love me some Evan Peters, but also I'm thinking like maybe he's the murderer, and I hope they don't do that because it's weird the way they're kind of pushing him in here.
You have Frank, the ex-husband. You had the father.
Yeah. And we haven't gotten paternity tests yet. Right? There's a rumor that Frank is Aaron's baby's father.
Yeah. So you had Aaron's ex / the father of the baby. Yeah. But he's been shot, and I'm pretty sure he's not the one who did it.
Brianna.
You have Brianna, who didn't do it, but she might as well have.
I know.
By how
I say death to Brianna.
And
we also have
the priest.
The
priest, which is right now my number one suspect.
And then we also have
maybe the other guy.
Aaron's father. I'm not ruling him out. I actually have like my little tinglers are going off on Aaron's father. I think there's something really fucked up going on there.
Plus, you have Katie. That's a whole extra layer. Like,
and these could be connected, and it could be somebody that we just don't even know either. You know, it could be something that we don't know.
And every time I'm
Stanley
watching this,
Tucci. It could be Stanley Tucci.
But really, every time I'm like watching them do this stuff, like I'm thinking like, because we've been on a lot of car rides where you play like your true crime stuff.
Oh my gosh!
It sounds exactly like what's going on.
It does.
Sounds exactly
from the way the
like
body's found to everything is just like this is true crime. And it's
all the stuff
super
they're talking about.
So, very excited to see how it's gonna unfold going forward.
Who knows? Maybe we won't be able to resist ourselves and watch 4 more episodes tonight.
Can't. So we're only covering one a day. So tomorrow, Tuesday, we're gonna be covering episode 4. Stay tuned for that. We hope you guys all have a fan. I'm trying to exit us before my camera shuts off, because it shuts off at like a 25-minute mark. So. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have you watched Mare of Easttown? If you're listening to this spoiler review, I hope you have. I'd really like y'all to watch it with us this week. Do a rewatch, or just like jump in on these conversations with us, and get it.
Yeah. Or if you've already seen it
going.
Because I feel like we're very late to the party. So.
Happy Pride, happy June, happy everything. We love you guys so much. Thank you for checking in on this Monday. We hope you have a fantastic rest of your Monday.
Have a good one.
Yeah, every time he's always about to say adios, gentle viewers.
I am always about to say that. Have a good one.
Bye.
I needed something to say at the end of this. Like I feel like I need to.
We need to come up with a whole.
Something.
There's a lot of fill-ins that we need to put.
This thing is
we're figuring
a work in development, and you guys are all along for the ride.
Yeah, maybe at the end of everyone we'll do tequila shots.
I feel like that's a lot.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.